Hi Doreen.
Hi Jimmy, good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too. So you're back with another tips and tricks video, and I think you wanna keep going where you left last week or
Well,
last time.
yeah, I do really, but I saw it and I couldn't resist doing it. What I saw needed doing. So this is how it was last week, pretty much. I've just covered up something with a bit of paper because this is what I put on. And I think that just sort of finishes it. I also put a border around it so you can see. But with that, 2 pieces of collage paper, adds a little bit of vibrancy to it. And I think I like it as it is now. Maybe a little bit closer in there, but it's so often just a little thing added at the end can bring the whole thing to life, and I think that's what happened there. So I'll just take that aside now and start another one. I think it's the easiest way to go. I'll just put this over here, out of the way. Oh, have you seen and show a new vessel, which is a 3D. That's one of my canvases.
So it's your painting and my structure.
That's right. And it goes right round. That was all done in one piece.
But it's like having 2 paintings for the price of one.
Yeah. But anyway.
All right.
So I'll get down, putting on some wet paint for a background, and then see what I can add into it. I've just started doing this here, but I wanted it to be white, or off-white. I don't know if I said last time, I don't like a glaring white surface to work on. This is a house paint, which is a white pointer. And it makes, pure white seems to jump out of any painting. If you want that effect, it's great. But if you don't, then sometimes I just get a bit of pastel, a bit of sandpaper, and let it come into the... So you just get subtle amounts of colour. You can also do it with charcoal.
So that's dry on wet.
Yeah, it soaks in, and then it shows better with a dark colour. So it's also then sometimes you can spray it. Probably need to press it in. I've got a bit of plastic. Sorry, as you know, we're over the place. Any kind of plastic, an old shopping bags from the supermarket or anything will do. You get just to make a change of surface. Then probably add a little bit of black paint to tie that in. While the paint, the underneath coat is still wet, you can get very different effects. If it was dry, this would all look, oh gosh. Then a little bit of colour somewhere else. I think a bit of yellow might do. Once I get going, I'll keep grabbing bits of anything.
So following the tip from last time, you add a little bit of all the colors.
Well, yeah, but I'm not specific about that. I tend to just add a bit of what's on the palette because it just tones things down. See how glary these orange and yellow are? And this blue is very, very strong on its own. So they all need to be mixed a bit with something. And I've got wet paint here, which is also going to thin them out. Let's turn that into a nice green. That little bit of blue made such a difference. And don't forget all these things I'm doing now were just something to work from. I can add a little bit more yellow now to make it. It goes into that black will also. That sort of grey edgy yellow looks quite nice. Bit of orange. That, I've got a bit of black on, is an accident, but I like it, so I leave it.
That's very nice.
The orange with a little bit of black looks good. I'll take it right into this one here. Well, that wasn't intended to be there, but it looks okay. I think I'll have a bit more of a darker colour now. This is like a, what's it called? Red oxide. Leave that there. That will just fit in here nicely from the black.
So before someone asks in the comments, you're working on loose canvas at the moment.
Yeah, it's primed.
Primed.
Yeah, it's already primed. In actual fact, it's an offcut from a person who stretches canvases. And when they make, somebody wants a big canvas which doesn't quite use the whole width of the canvas, which I think comes in rolls about this high. So they're pretty deep. But then you stretch a big canvas and you've got strips left over, which they're useless to the stretcher. So I have a friend who's kind enough to give me some. And they're lovely to work on because it's not like a stretch canvas where you think, oh, I've spent money buying this, so I must make a nice painting. I don't have to do anything with this. It's just a piece of canvas, cost me nothing. But when I've finished it, I can trim it and mount it on a piece of
MDF?
MDF. Just let me show you one or two of those. Oh, there's one there on the floor. And another one over here. Oh no, that's not one. There's one here, but I've got several more. Should I bring a couple in?
Well, if you feel like
Yeah, just
grabbing them.
because it's a neat way. A neat way to show work that's on cheap material. That's just a piece of canvas mounted on the backboard.
It's really nice.
And the same with this. And somehow, again, because it's cheap and not already stretched and framed, and you're freer with it. I mean, I probably wouldn't start a stretch canvas like this, but because it's different, I'm getting a bit puffed.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Dashing around like this, I'm not used to that. Now I want to put some strong black on this now.
Yeah, maybe go back to your painting
Yeah, I
and
could
then.
do that. Well, and that's why I haven't got the black. Here we are. I'll dip strip it. Well, this is thick paint, I thought. No, that's not the one. Where am I? Black. Here we are.
Nice.
That's better.
Nice and fluid.
I don't know if I said last week that I tend to use fluid paints. I think maybe I did. Anyway, these are fluid paints, which, as you can see, they're sort of much more transparent than tube paints, which sometimes are better, sometimes are not. It's just depending what you feel like. Another knife. Oh gosh. I think that could be connected to the charcoal. Gives a similar effect actually when it's a few lines. I've got these Posca colour felt pens, which are lovely, but you can't use them on wet paint. They just skid. Once it's dry, I can draw with those if I want to, which will be nice on this.
Yeah.
Bit more orange and black. And this colour.
It's nice to see how free and unafraid you are to just.
But this is the thing, when you're using cheap materials, you just, it's funny, but it sounds absolutely crazy, but I'm getting freer now. It helps you learn to be free. I think that's the main thing. And it's so important if you do what you feel like doing rather than what you think, oh, that would look nice there, or just do it until you see what it looks like. And if it looks good, good. If it doesn't, paint over it. Like that's a bit strong. Like that. And it's so lovely with these fluid paints because you can see how easily they mix. If these were stiff, the colours wouldn't blend as well so easily. It's just a different technique, really, I suppose, but I like the fact that it works so well together. There's a bit dark down in here. And I could let this dry a bit, and then I can draw with some of the Posca pens. I like that yellow. I don't like that corner. It looks a bit, yeah, a little bit of something in, yeah, of this colour in here might help.
You don't like the sharpness.
No. I must prefer more organic shapes that sort of look as though they got them by themselves rather than they've been
Man-made.
Yeah.
Well, right now it's really nice.
I mean, they are man-made, but but I'm accepting accidents quite happily. It's nice that Now, I've got quite a light bit of yellow in there, yeah, I think.
Very pale.
Yeah, I do talk to myself a bit when I'm painting, so it's quite, yeah. Bit of white with it. Creamy yellow. So nice and buttery. When I've done this for a bit, it will look too busy in some areas. And all I do then is just go over them. But I've got something to work against if I let myself be free to start with. I think I have some white in there. Off-white, it's not pure white, as I said before. I don't like that. There's a little bit of white in there.
It's a very beautiful start.
Hmm?
It's a very beautiful start.
Oh, thanks.
There's some very interesting
Yeah,
shapes.
it is looking interesting, isn't it? It's amazing how, when you let yourself go, it comes quite quickly. You just think, oh, no, that doesn't, a bit too strong there. And you just, while the paint is wet, you can blend it beautifully. As soon as it's dry, of course you can't. But then you can put a fresh colour over it if you want to. So I think perhaps we let this dry a little bit.
And at this stage, would you be happy to use some of the earlier technique, like sanding a bit of charcoal over, or?
Yeah, I could do. Yeah, okay, let's try that. Put a bit of charcoal here. What do I do with it? It's in here. Yeah. I think here. Yeah, that looks quite good. I think I should just press that in because charcoal
Very volatile.
won't stay unless it's. Get a bigger knife.
Look at that knife.
This is just a kitchen palette knife. Now the charcoal is now embedded in the paint, so that should be all right. And I can probably add a little bit with a knife as well, where it's not complete. In here, here we are. A few more bits down there. Ah,
Yeah, it's really nice.
I don't think I want to do any more tonight.
No, I think it found its balance quite quickly.
Yeah, I'll just see what it looks like with a bit of matte around it. I've got I like that. I don't want to do any more to it.
Brilliant.
So I think that'll do for today.
Yeah. Let me have a last look. Well, thank you again.
Oh, thank you. That was fun. I mean, once it's dried and I've looked at it a bit longer, Might put something a bit more down this corner, but I don't know, I'm not sure. I like it as it is at the moment. My views can change
We'll see.
very quickly, yes.
Thank you again, Doreen.
Thank you.